Hi, my name's Marion Rose and welcome to another one in my series of aware parenting videos. And today I want to talk about what we can do to help our children when they're about to do something new that they find a little bit scary. Now that might be something like learning to swim, it might be starting a new school. For some children it may be something like going to the beach. And I'd love to tell you two ways that we can be responding in ways that aren't so helpful, and one way that we can respond that is much more helpful for our children. Now, the two ways that we can respond that aren't very helpful are kind of either balance on this side or this side, and I'm going to explain more. So if we balance on this side, what we're doing is we're kind of going into the fear with them. So maybe they're scared and we get scared too almost. We're kind of like in there with the fear. And we're so far in there that we're kind of feeling scared ourselves. It may be that this reminds us of a situation that we found scary, and we're kind of so in that fear that we're right there fully, we're like in the swimming pool with them, the swimming pool of fear. And that isn't so helpful for children. Now the other thing we can do is kind of go a bit too far on this side, which is we can kind of go, "It's okay, you'll be fine, la 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 la," which is kind of too far in the what I would call the encouragement. So I'm going to call this side encouragement and this side empathy. If we go too far on the encouragement side, what happens then is our child doesn't kind of feel got, they don't feel understood, they don't kind of get that sense that we really understand what it's like for them. Whereas if we're on this side, it's kind of like, even though we're wanting to be empathic, they don't have any sense of things being okay. What we're aiming to do, and what can be the most helpful way, is to actually hold the balance of both of these places. So to be empathic with them, which is usually offering empathy. Maybe you're feeling scared right now, sweetheart, but it's more of a quality of our presence. It's like we really accept compassionately how they're feeling in that moment. We're really right there with them, and that's really more of a quality of our presence that we bring to them. I'm right here with you, sweetheart. Yes, I see that you feel scared. You're not sure if you can do this, or it's really just being with them in that. But we're also holding this other position, this kind of encouragement position, this kind of place in us that as an adult we know that they are going to learn how to swim. We know that they are going to be able to read and write, or they are going to, whatever it is that right in that moment feels to them like this most impossible thing, we know from our position that they will be able to do that. So we're holding also this place here, which is this kind of real solid kind of rock place of, you are going to be able to do this. It's this kind of confidence and this quality that we can then give them encouragement from. But the beauty is having both of those, because as we've seen, too much of one, too much of the other, they don't get met. If we just meet them here, it could be that they just stay there, and we don't kind of encourage them to move forwards in ways that we know that they are actually going to be able to do. But if we're too far over here, we're not meeting them where they are, and we can really miss them, and it may be that they push themselves through, but they don't really get to feel that sense of empathy, and if there's some healing that needs to be done over here, they don't get to do that. So coming in and having that real balance of attention, which Aletha Salter, who's the founder of Aware Parenting, I'm going to show you one of her books, Tears and Tantrums, great book that talks about things like this. The balance of attention is what we're aiming for. I call it the sweet spot. So we're always really looking for that place where we're holding those two parts. We're holding the support and the challenge or encouragement in a way that just feels right in that moment. So it will differ at different times. So what can we actually do? So we can really hold both of those. It might be holding them together. It might be, sweetie, I know you feel really scared to go up to the sea, but I know you can do this. Should we go together? And another really great book by Aletha is attachment play. So attachment play are ways that you can use play to help your child with things like fears, fears that they may have acquired, so maybe fears of dogs or fears of water or whatever fears they've got, we can help them with those. And one of the ways is through laughter and through games, because laughter actually releases fear. So there may be games that you can play with your child, maybe. So if they're scared of the sea, it's being really empathic with them and being supportive. But as I say, we could do, I call it the approach avoidance game. Let's run up to the sea and can we touch our toes in the sea and then run away again? And can we do it again a little bit more? But we're right there with them. So we're providing that support on this side, but we're providing the encouragement in a way that feels manageable for them. It doesn't feel too much. We're not leaving them on their own to it. We're staying connected with them, but we're being with them in that process. And there are so many games that we can use that really create this balance of attention, where we're really supporting them, but we're encouraging them to feel the fear and to release the fear in manageable ways. So that's a little bit of fear that can be released through laughter while we're listening, can actually help offload the bigger fears that are lying there, a little bit. And you may find at the end of 20 minutes of playing that game at the sea that your child's actually willing to actually maybe paddle in the sea. I remember doing this with the twins. They're my children's siblings, and they used to be scared of dogs. So we decided that we were looking after a dog, and we decided we'd do this kind of thing with them to help them. So we did these kinds of games, and there was my daughter with the dog, and the twins' mum with one of the twins, and me holding the other one. And they wanted to be held. They were about 2 at the time, and they were like kind of wanting to be really up high away from the dog. So we kept the dog away, and then we just started playing these kinds of games like, shall we run up? Shall we touch the dog's tail? Meanwhile, holding them, and then running away again, pretending to be kind of scared. Anyway, can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? And then laughing and just kind of building up in that way. We pretty much did that a lot of times. We did a few other games as well, and then by the end of it was probably again half an hour. By the end of that, one of them was actually walking along holding the lead, with help, and just getting that opportunity to sit in what I call the sweet spot in ways that are manageable, not too overwhelming, not too many feelings, but not too safe either, because if it stays in the safe space, that they don't actually get to feel those feelings, to release them through laughter. Now sometimes fears are bigger than that, and in that case sometimes the fears will need to come out through crying, and again it's for us to be there with them, to support them, and to really hold that confidence and that empathy. I see that you're really scared right now, but I'm right here with you, and I know that you can do this, and I know it's really scary, and I know you can do this, and I'm right here. Really holding both of those for them is what's most likely to help them move through the fears that are actually preventing them from doing that thing, so that they can move forward. What I love about this, as for all elements of aware parenting, is it's equally relevant for us whenever we're about to take a new step in our lives, whether that be making a new business or writing a blog post or doing a video like this, or just taking a step forward, maybe writing a book, whatever it is that's your thing, selling your craft at the local craft market. We often come up against similar fears that we've also acquired from the past, and again finding this way of really helping ourselves can be so beneficial too. Again, not kind of diving in with no support so that we get kind of flooded by fear, but also not staying right up here just kind of in this place. And the key, of course, like with our children, is often getting support, so having just at least one other person there, or more if possible, other people there who are willing to, again, hold both of those for us. Say, I see this is really scary for you, and to empathise, to not belittle the fear, or, you shouldn't be scared, to not do any of that. Yes, this is scary. Doing new things, for most of us, feels scary. But also to hold that place of, I know you can do this, and I'm right here with you, and to help you do it in ways that are just kind of a little bit, that next step, not like this plunging in, but just what's the next step and how can I help you with that. So I just think it's so beautiful for, it can be, you can use this for any age child, we can use it for ourselves. It's really just finding that place of empathy and encouragement, and I think having that balance is actually kind of like magic. So I wonder if you can think of an example where maybe where your child or your children are on that cusp of doing something, and maybe where you could play with this kind of sweet spot, and maybe in your own life too, where you notice that there's something that you're wanting to do, you're wanting to take a step, and maybe where you want to play with this kind of place here as well, with some support from someone else. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to find out more about aware parenting, I recommend having a look at Aletha Salter's website, which is awareparenting.com. Please come and have a look at my website, which is marionrose.net. And if you'd like to watch more videos mostly about parenting, but also about mothers and transformation through mothering, please come and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to share more of what I'm passionate about with you. So thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to talking to you again.